I'm back. A little bit older, a little bit grayer, maybe a little bit bigger, but I'm back. And today I want to talk to you about the simple idea that you cannot think your way out of retroactive jealousy. As much as you want to think that you can, you cannot. You cannot think your way out. You cannot solve your way out. It doesn't work. And you can probably know this by now, because for those of you that have really been trapped in this cycle, you know that you've tried to think your way out. We've all gone through this when we've suffered from it, right? You try to think your way out. You try to be okay with it. But does it ever work? No. Not one person that I've ever helped or on this entire planet, I guarantee you, not one person has said, oh, yes, I was suffering from retroactive jealousy. I was having intrusive thoughts of my partner's past. I was having really bad spouts of OCD thinking about it. But guess what? I just thought my way out of it, and now I'm good. It doesn't happen. Now, you might think your way out of a certain thought that might pop up, and you can try to relieve yourself that way, find a little bit of relief. But then guess what? Your brain is so locked up in the OCD mode and on such high alert that's only temporary. It's going to get hooked right back in on something else. That's just a compulsive behavior that gives you a little bit of temporary relief, and then you're hooked right back in it. So if you can't think your way out of it, understanding that, you have to make a promise to yourself and a commitment to yourself right now, and look at your life and look at yourself and be like, I've tried to think my way out of it. It didn't work. So I'm not going to try to do that again. I know that doesn't work. I know it just makes things feel worse. I'm not going to do that again. You have to stop playing with these thoughts, ruminating with these thoughts, because you start getting twisted in it and going down this rabbit hole and that rabbit hole, and then the anxiety builds and you can't find your way out, and then all of a sudden you're asking your partners questions, or you're getting angry at them, or you're angry at yourself, or you're angry at your life. It doesn't work, right? So the key is, when the thought comes in, when that intrusive thought comes in, there it is. You don't like the look of it. You don't like the feel of it, but you don't mess with it. You don't play with it. Retroactive jealousy lives and thrives off of your attention. So it's going to do whatever it can to say, hey, pay attention to me. Hey, pay attention to me. Hey, pay attention to me. And we can't do that, because the more we do that, the more we get stuck. So you take a deep breath when it comes in, and you refocus back on what you're doing. It sucks, I know. It's painful. The pain will be there. But by doing that, by not focusing on the thought, taking a breath, and doing your best to refocus back on what you're doing, you're actively training your brain and letting your brain know that there is no danger in thinking these thoughts. Because right now, that's what's happening. Your brain is locked up, and it thinks there is danger, danger, danger. Your brain thinks you are about to die when you think these. That's why the adrenaline response is so massive, so painful. So we have to, like, almost robotically and manually train our brain, saying, there's no danger here. There's no danger here. There's no danger here. And we're doing that when we're not paying attention to the thought, when we're not giving it energy, when we're not ruminating with it. And eventually our brain will unlock and be like, oh, there is no danger in these thoughts. And so if you did ever get a retroactive jealousy thought, it would come up and you would be like, why am I even thinking about this? And it would go away. There'd be no anxiety. Remember, it's not the thoughts that bother us. It's the feelings associated with the thoughts. It's the feelings and emotions that we get to come up. So when the feeling is gone and the emotion is gone, we're free. Okay? So I want you to keep that in mind as you go on your day today. You can't think your way out. You can't solve your way out. You got to put in the tough work. But when you do, and when you get consistent with it, it gets a little bit easier, You start to loosen your way out, wiggle your way out of retroactive jealousy, and before you know it, you're going to be free. If you want some more help in overcoming retroactive jealousy, I still do have my retroactive jealousy master course available. It is the work that I've put a lot of work in building it. It is a few years old, but still extremely effective. If you're interested in that, there's a link in the top of the description box below for you to read a little more about it and check it out. I'm also going to bring back email coaching. That's not available quite yet, for you to be able to work with me for 30 days. So keep an eye out for that. And if you want to leave a comment below, if you might be interested in coaching, let me know as well, so I can kind of get a ballpark idea of those who want to give it a shot. Other than that, thanks for joining me today, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.